Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and what you see before you is a box. That's pretty clear, I think. But what is inside the box is a gift from my good friend Semaj Larama. He recently let me know that he was going to be sending a Christmas gift, basically a late Christmas gift, over to me to add to my collection. He has done this quite a few times in the past, where he just will randomly send over some of the coolest stuff every single time he sends one of these packages. I am so eagerly awaiting them because he somehow picks out the most amazing stuff continuously to include. And we again have another package here, which I am beyond excited to open up here and see what is hiding inside. So I'm going to move this box here out of the area here of the review station. I'm going to pop it open and then we're going to check it out. Okay, so I just opened this box and all I have to say at this point is you have got to be kidding me. This is seriously unbelievable. Like, I am so almost in awe at this point as far as what is in this box. And I'm going to bring the first figure in straight out of the gate. When I open the box, there's quite a few sitting here on the top of the packaging that let me see exactly what we had. And look at this. If you don't know what this is the Starlux Tyrannosaurus Rex. That is amazing. And prior to Semaj Larama hooking me up with some previously, which he actually is responsible for every Starlux figure in my collection except for one. I think I only had one figure from them prior to him sending me quite a few last time. So this is awesome straight out of the gate. And it was a line that I've always wanted to collect. I think they have some of the coolest looking kind of, old school vintage style dinosaur figures. And it's also an extremely rare line, like, because they're so old, it's not something that you see very often, so usually they are very pricey, which makes this an even more incredible gift for him to go out of his way to acquire these amazing Starlux figures to, again, send my way. Man, I seriously cannot thank him enough. This is just an unbelievable gift and something that I am going to be so excited to put up on my shelf. We've also got this one, which is the Euoplocephalus, and again, look at how awesome this figure is. Talk about, recreating the awesome old school look of these dinosaurs. Starlux figures, honestly, in my opinion, were like ahead of their time. Like, they're so good, especially, again, I can't stop coming back to that T-Rex. I really like the colors they gave it. Love the red face. That was really cool. And then prepare for another beauty. We have the Diplodocus, which is actually extremely cool. Let's move these guys back here a little bit. Look at the Diplodocus, really nice long curved tail, again down onto the ground like you expect to see when it comes to the more old school sort of vintage take on a sauropod. That one also looks awesome. And this one here might be one of my favorites of all, because there's actually a lot of cotton in here. That's what they were shipped in to keep them safe. But we have the Iguanodon, and again, when it comes to an Iguanodon, especially a vintage style version, I always loved that look for the dinosaur. We obviously know this isn't what it looked like now, and that can be said for pretty much everything in here probably, but the old school look of Iguanodon was something I was always just so fond of, because again, that's how I perceived the dinosaur to look when I was growing up. So it was just something that has always been a soft spot, I would say, when it comes to dinosaur designs and old school dinosaur designs. Again, specifically, I'm just a massive fan of a vintage Iguanodon. We've also got this one, which again, there's still some of the stuff on it, the cotton, but I think this one is also Diplodocus. Now, I'm not incredibly familiar with the Starlux figures because there are so many. Like, there is a massive line of these figures, so I don't know all of them. And actually, to continue to show that, I also have this one, but I have no idea what species it is. Kind of looks like it would be a Nothosaurus, but I'm not 100% sure, as I've actually never seen this figure before, which is really cool to see one that, again, I haven't seen, which I'm sure there are actually plenty of the Starlux line that I've never seen before, but I definitely don't know what that one is. So if you guys do know, please let me know. We also have a Stegosaurus, and look at how awesome this Stegosaurus looks. Talk about giving it that old school charm. That Stegosaurus rocks. Oh man, this thing just keeps getting better and better. So we're on to like the next layer of these, and there are so many super cool figures in here. We also have the woolly rhino. It's almost like they took all my favorite figures that could have been in this line that I've pretty much been dreaming of owning, you know, my whole life pretty much, and put them in here, because on top of that, we also have the Monoclonius. How cool is that? Because this is a dinosaur that we obviously don't see many figures of, but it is one that I always loved because of the Christopher Reeve's Dinosaurs documentary, which was the very first place that I had ever actually seen a Monoclonius, or of course that Phil Tippett stop motion was in that documentary. So I was always growing up a big fan of Monoclonius, and was always so bummed that there weren't really any figures out for it, and having the Starlux version is absolutely awesome. And the Dimetrodon. I can't remember how many times I've stated it over the years, but I am a gigantic fan of Dimetrodon, so of course that one is incredibly cool to have as well. Man, the hits just keep coming in this box. We've also got the woolly mammoth, and you can see the cotton flying everywhere at this point. And of course, I'll get rid of that as we get them all out here, and I can dispose of the box. But talk about, like, I think I still have, you know, at least another couple here, but talk about an incredible collection already. Man, I seriously cannot thank Semajlarama near enough for this box of awesomeness. We've also got this woolly mammoth. I actually don't know that I've ever seen this one before. I definitely have seen this one. I don't know if I've ever seen this one before. Man, that's a really cool looking one. Almost has a bit of like an Invicta sort of charm to it. So again, absolutely fantastic. Whoa, okay, here's a really cool one. We have the Apicamelus, and this, and I believe that's how you say the name. I'm not too familiar with the species, but I do know of it, and I do know of this figure because it's the only figure that I know of in existence of this species. I mean, there may be more, but I've never seen it. I've only ever seen this figure, which is incredibly, incredibly cool. And the final one that we have in here is the Brontotherium. So talk about an amazing lot of figures, because we've got quite an array of different species. Everything from reptiles to dinosaurs to mammals. We've got a lot going on in here. And man, again, I never in a million years expected this to be what was included in this box. He had told me again that this box was coming, but as usual, he didn't tell me what was included, and I like that because I love being surprised, and I seriously could not be any more surprised than I am currently with this lot of figures. This is absolutely unbelievable. So I went and grabbed all of the other Starlux figures he had sent me previously, and here is my collection up until this point of figures that I've acquired strictly through Semajlarama. Again, look at this. This is absolutely unbelievable. Like, my excitement right now is through the roof when it comes to having all of these in my collection, because they're just so hard to find, and many figures I never in a million years expected to one day own. So, as I said probably about 4 times already, thank you so much for this absolutely amazing gift. Again, these surprise unboxings are never a dull moment if you ask me, and always provide me with some of the most exciting stuff I think that I have the pleasure of putting up on this channel. So thank you again so much for this absolutely incredible gift. You guys have to let me know in the comment section which was your favorite of these different figures, and if you happen to have any of them in your collection, as well as what species this is, because I'm still not positive. And of course, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.